Fenerbahçe Beko is not sitting still this summer. Fresh off winning the 2024-25 EuroLeague championship and then capping this past season with the Turkish Super League title, the Istanbul Giants have gone out and completely reshaped their roster, bringing in a wave of proven scorers and championship experience, while also saying goodbye to a surprising amount of size up front. Head coach Šarūnas Jasikevičius stays in charge, but almost everything around him looks different. Let's go through the entire Fenerbahçe rebuild, arrival by arrival. Before we get to the new faces, let's talk about who's leaving, because this has been a genuinely busy exit list. Fenerbahçe confirmed departures for rookie guard Brandon Boston Jr., Latvian guard Arturs Žagars, and Angolan center Jilson Bango, all of whom hit free agency. Forward Bonzi Colson signed a 2-year deal to return to Maccabi Tel Aviv, and center Armando Bacot followed him there just days ago on his own 2-year contract, after a disappointing season in Istanbul, where he never found consistent minutes in Jasikevičius's rotation, averaging just 2.4 points in the EuroLeague. On top of that, center Kem Birch moved on to Aris, wing Devon Hall departed for Milano, forward Tarek Biberovic is finalizing a move to the Dallas Mavericks in the NBA, forward Mikhail Jantunin signed with Real Madrid, and longtime veteran Nando De Colo announced his retirement. That's a lot of front-court size walking out the door all at once between Bacot, Bango, and Birch, which is exactly why Fenerbahçe still needs to find at least 1 or 2 more genuine centers to pair with Chris Silva and Nicolo Meli before the season gets going. Now let's get into the new arrivals, and this list is stacked. The headline move is Shane Larkin, who spent 8 seasons as the absolute cornerstone of crosstown rival Anadolu Efes, winning back-to-back EuroLeague titles there in 2021 and 2022, and earning a spot on the EuroLeague's 25th anniversary team. Making the jump across Istanbul to Fenerbahçe is a genuine seismic shift in Turkish basketball. At 33 years old, Larkin is coming off a fantastic final season at Efes, averaging 14.6 points and posting a 7.32 rating over 25 games, and across his 618 career EuroLeague games, he's averaged 10.4 points a night. He's already said this Fenerbahçe group has the best guard rotation in the entire competition, and after this offseason, it's hard to argue with him. Right alongside Larkin comes Trent Forrest on a 2+1 deal, arriving after 2 standout seasons with Baskonia, where he established himself as a legitimate table setter, posting ratings above 7.3 in each of his last 2 campaigns, and averaging 12.3 points and 3.2 rebounds this past season. Before Europe, Forrest spent time in the NBA with the Utah Jazz, Atlanta Hawks, and briefly the Los Angeles Lakers, and his athleticism and defensive versatility give Fenerbahçe real depth behind Larkin in the backcourt. At forward, Shavon Shields joins on a 2-year deal after 6 excellent seasons with Olimpia Milano, where he built a reputation as one of the most consistent scoring forwards in the EuroLeague. Across 420 career games, he's averaging 12.6 points a night with a 7.20 career rating, numbers that put him firmly among the more reliable 2-way forwards in Europe. And at 32, he's still coming off one of the best seasons of his career. Braxton Key adds more athleticism to that front-court mix, arriving from Valencia Basket after bouncing around the NBA and G League with the 76ers, Pistons, Mavericks, and Nuggets organizations earlier in his career. Last season in Spain, he appeared in 66 games, and Fenerbahçe is betting his combination of size, rebounding, and versatility translates into a bigger role in Istanbul. The front court gets another boost with Marcus Bingham Jr., a 26-year-old, 2.10-meter forward center arriving from Unix Kazan, specifically to add athleticism and rim protection, a direct response to the center depth the club just lost this summer. Lithuanian wing Ignas Sargiūnas also joins from Rytas Vilnius, bringing size and positional versatility on the perimeter, while Johnny Juzang signs a 1-year deal after finishing last season with Zenit St. Petersburg, giving the roster another shot creating wing. Rounding out the perimeter additions is William Clyburn, arriving from Barcelona after a decorated career that's also included stops at CSKA Moscow and Anadolu Efes. At 36 years old, he's still producing at an elite level, posting a career EuroLeague rating of 7.08 across 384 games with career averages of 13.3 points a night, making him one of the most reliably productive veterans in the entire competition. And finally, there's a homecoming to note as well, with center Sertaç Şanlı returning to Fenerbahçe after a season-away split between Beşiktaş and a club in Dubai. The Turkish national team big man previously spent 2 seasons in Istanbul from 2023 to 2025, and his return gives the club another body. Up front, even if the bigger front-court questions still loom given everything Fenerbahçe lost at center this summer. Through all of this, the club made sure to lock down its core as well. Nicolo Melli signed a 2-year contract extension keeping him in Istanbul through 2027 to 28, while Chris Silva, Talon Horton-Tucker, and Turkish veteran Melih Mahmutoglu were all confirmed to stay put. So when you step back and look at the whole picture, Fenerbahçe has assembled a roster loaded with proven scorers, championship pedigree, and genuine star power in the backcourt, with Larkin and Forrest leading the way. The real question heading into the season is up front, where losing Bacot, Bango, and Birch in the same summer leaves Melli and Silva as the only established centers on the roster. Whether the club makes one more move to address that before the EuroLeague tips off is something worth watching closely. What do you think of Fenerbahçe's offseason? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Hoops of Europe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a transfer update. See you in the next one.